Hey, good afternoon, guys. We're a little bit late with the business call, so sorry about that, but we shall get on. Now, we're just loading this up, and we're actually going to be working with something else first. But I'm going to show you my thought process on this one. So, the idea is that for each in our game, we are going to have missions. Okay, so we're going to need a mission selection screen. So we have started on our widget to do that, and we are basically going to look at what we've got so far. I've got a general outline of what I want at the moment, but that could change, right? As I said, we're just going to have to wait till this loads up. Has been taking a bit of time to load up, but that's because I've been loading up a few different projects this morning, having a look at what I need to do on them. But what we're going to do is we are going to have a look at I've been working on a world map here, right? And I have been basically working on that to kind of make it my own, right? Now what we're going to do is we're going to have a few different variations of this map, right? But we don't want to do that. So we're going to have a completely apparently that's not enough. Nor that, nor that. There we go, that's a bit better. Right, but we'll zoom in on that. So that's not great. We'll push it up a bit more. Yeah, that's not great. And that's not great either. Has this got... The strange thing is, I was sure I was doing the transparency on this. Now, I might have the wrong map in this instance. Right, wait a minute. Let's see what we've got here. Recent. It's this one. Right, is this just not showing me the transparency or something? Or has this just saved it as the wrong thing? It's saved it as a JPEG. Okay, then we're going to have to do a bit of jiggery pokery here. Right, so we'll save that for now. So that's not such a bad thing. Right, because we can basically just do that. And what I actually want are the outlines. Right, so I want the outline of the world, basically, right? While that other thing is loading in. right? And the idea here is for our map of the world to be the background to our mission widget. That's kind of the idea. As I said, I'm working on it. I've got ideas. Not fully formed, but they are ideas. So this is the way I would go about this. I would get a map, a free map, and then start basically amending it to look like what I want. Right. And then what we could do is we can bring it into our widget. We can do a good bit of this, right? We'll just plonk away at it for 5 minutes, and then what we'll do is we'll bring it in and have a look to see how it's looking so far, basically. And then we can take it from there. If it's working for us, then we continue with this. If it's not working for us, then we can basically do something else with it. Now, I have got a funky idea for this that we could do. Right? My idea is that when you pick a mission, then it zooms in on the area of the map that you actually are going to do the mission in. That is kind of the idea in the back of my mind that I am working off, but I kind of need this map first to get an idea of how it's going to look. Right, let's do a few more of these, it doesn't take too long. Then, as I said, I can touch this up after the fact and then just reload it as necessary. But yeah, what we'll do is we shall save that for now. Right, so that is our JPEG, and then what we're going to do we have UI textures? Indeed we do. Right, so we'll go in here, we'll create a new folder, and we'll call it missions. Right, and then if we go to our this one will do it. If we go to our desktop, right, and we're looking for transparent, and star, you can find that? Apparently not. Yeah, okay, whatever. I'm going to take that off for now. That was not the greatest idea. Right, so if we just do it by that, we get this. We drag it in here, right? And we've got our missions here. So this is the general look or layout of our widget, right? As I said, I just did a little bit of work on this last night, not too much, just to get it started and get an idea of what I'm actually looking for. We haven't really got any fonts or whatever installed here, so we're just going to work with what we've got. Okay. Right. So, as I said, looks like crap. That's okay. That's kind of what we expect at the moment. But what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate that. Oh, I've got a tiny day. Right, so we've got duration, text block, border, then duplicate that. That's going to go in there. Text block, and then we're going to have like a difficulty. Right, and text, that's probably not going to be a text block, that's probably going to be like icons of stars or something, how many stars difficulty it is. So the next thing we're going to do is duplicate that again. Alright, we're going to duplicate that. It's going to go there. And then in here, this is going to be like location. So we maybe actually want to move this up to the top or something, but we'll just, this is just to give us an idea of what the different settings in a mission might be. Okay, now what I want to do here is we've got this canvas panel, right? So let's zoom out so we can see the canvas panel. Okay, so we've got this canvas panel here, and maybe let's just drag it in, right? We'll do image, we'll just drag it into our first canvas panel, right? And we'll probably muck about with this, right? But we're probably going to say image world. Then we're going to go into our missions, and then that is going to go in there. Then this is going to fill the world. Like that. Yeah. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. So let's click on this. Right, and what I wanted it to be was like green. Ooh, yes, that's actually ending up exactly how I wanted it, right? and we're going to hit the Z order, heat -1, so it's at the back, and that is looking nice, right? And what we're going to do with this is we're going to wrap it with a border, right? Then we're going to take the border, we're not going to do anything with content, but what we are going to do is set it to transparent, and then we're going to pad it, right, so that it brings our map so it's not hard against the edges, right? So we could do like 25, 25, 25, 25. Right, now we're beginning to talk. Probably need a bit more than that actually, but anyway. Did that? I must have not clicked OK or something. Right, so we can. We need it a little bit brighter than that. Right, so that's nice. That's looking nice. We like that. Right, and we're going to OK that. Now this box here, right, what we could do is we could wrap this with a border, right, and then what we can do is we can take the appearance of this and make it black. Okay, and that gives us a better, you know, you can read it now, and that looks nice. We are beginning to cook with ye old gas. But that, as you can see guys, is beginning to look the business. This is going to be the name of the mission, right? So we've got mission name, the duration, whether it's at night or at day, or we're just going to do a 24-hour clock there, right? Then difficulty, we're going to do like stars for the difficulty. The location is going to be where in the world it is. Then we can maybe do something with that, right? But yeah, that's beginning to look the business. Now we could have a like a. See, I wasn't sure whether it was going to look better with the filled in map or the outline map. Right? What do you guys think? I'm not too sure, guys. What do you guys think? Right, and we're going to use a different font so this looks nice and cool. Right? But yeah, I'm super happy with that. Right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to get into our missions, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to create a struct. Right? And this is so that we can basically create a data table. So it's struct mission. We're going to go in here and we're going to say mission name, and that's going to be name. Then we're going to add, and that's going to be duration. That's going to be float. And we're going to add location. Why are you not changing? Thank you. Right, location. Then we're going to have time of day. It's going to be a float. Could be an integer, but we'll just make it a float anyway. Right, and then we're going to have difficulty level. Apparently I can't spell level. Right. And that's going to be an integer. Okay. Now, what we actually might need is a mission number, and the other thing we might need is like drones available. Right, now this is going to be an array, but since I've not set any of this up yet, we'll just leave it for now and we'll update it when we need it. So save all for now. Then we're going to go to miscellaneous, create a data table, and it's going to be based on mission. Okay, that, and that's going to be dt underscore missions. Okay. And we're going to open that. We're going to add a row. And we might actually just use the row name as our row mission number, but let's tell my name for a mission, guys. Let's call it home run. Don't know why that came to mind, but anyway, so we'll say 15 location and we shall say Colombia. Time of day, we'll say 1200. Difficulty 1. Mission number 1. Drones available, we'll leave that for now. Right. Now there was another thing we needed, and we'll add this, and we shall say flavor text, and that's going to be text, right? And we're going to save that, save all, and we'll just put, well, tell you what we'll do is we shall go into our content folder and we'll create a new folder and we'll call it string tables, and I believe it's miscellaneous again. We'll create string table, So we'll say st. Will we call this games or menu? I think it's going to be, let's call it missions. Right. And key is going to be 1. And that's going to be infiltrate the drug laboratory site. Destroy the meth lab and any armed guards. Right, this is just a test, right? So that we can actually put something in the, something basically in here. Right, so basically what we'll do is we'll duplicate this, and we'll duplicate that, drag that to there, then this one here, and we'll just say mission. Right, now we can give these a bit more, we can pad these out or whatever, but basically I've got a couple of ideas here, right? What we could do is create pictures, right, from our drone to put in here, or the fancier part would be that it zooms in on the map. Right, but that's obviously going to be the one that's more work, but it might actually be cooler. Right, but what we'd have to do then is basically we're going to have to wrap the map if we do that, but that would be cool, and we like cool, people like cool stuff, so that's what we might do. But anyway, what we'll do is we shall start, we'll leave that as it is for now because that might actually be going. Then we've got our text block here, and that's going to be txt duration. That's going to be a variable. Basically all of these are going to be a variable. So that's txt time of day. And as I said, we'll set this up. That's going to be txt difficulty variable, and it's going to be txt location. As I said, we might end up moving these up and down depending on what we decide. We'll call this txt flavor. Okay. And what we'll do is we'll just bang it up on the screen. Right? So we're not going to worry about it too much. We're just going to bang this up on the screen and we'll see what we get. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this to opaque. Right, and then we'll go to our controller and we'll set up a button that's going to do this something for us, right? Need to tidy that up. Right, but we're going to do key, right, and we'll do G because I don't think that's used for anything. Right, so we're going to flip flop, right, just for the sake of it. Right, and we're going to say create widget. Okay, that's W_mission. It's mission info apparently. Add to viewport. Okay, then over here get widgets of class. This is just so we can switch it on and off, right? You can see mission info for each. Then remove from parent. Right, so that'll do us for now. Save that. Press play. This might take a second. Get a drink of my juice. Hey Tobias makes shorts, how are you? Right, so this might take a moment to get going. This is all obviously going to get moved into menu sections and stuff like that, but it's just to get it up and testing it first. Then we'll move on from there. So we have our droney boy, but we need to do some shaderies. There's only 10, so hopefully it's not going to take too long. How are you doing today, Tobias? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Good. Good day. Right, so we can fly. We can turn. We can do shaders. We can slippy slide to the side. And if you haven't noticed in a while, right, we stay, our drone will not crash into the ground, right? We've fixed it so that our drone will basically stay on the ground and won't dive underneath, And that's what drones do these days, I think. So yeah. So if we press G, apparently nothing happens. Well, that's good. That makes me out to be a bit silly, doesn't it? Right, so we'll add a breakpoint. Oh, it's turned to night. Right, G. Okay, what have I done wrong here? Where'd the widget go? Well, that's kind of bizarre. Where's my widget? Right, we're not happy with that. Where's my widget? Right, so we've got a widget. I think I know what it is. I think the HUD is covering it. Right, so what we're going to do is we don't have a Z order on that, so we're going to have to do it on the first canvas panel. And that doesn't have it either. So that's weird. Okay, we'll do something else then. Go to bomb controller. Alright. And just for a laugh, we'll do this. We'll see visible. And we'll see hidden. This will just prove the point of whether or not this is actually doing what I think it's doing. Alright. And we'll put that in there. That in there. Oopsie. Drag this up a bit. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Okay, we'll drag that out. We'll drag that out a bit. This can get dragged down a bit. And this can get dragged down a bit. Not that it really matters, but that'll do. Right, so what we'll do, compile that. And go. Well, thank you, Tobias, that's kind of you. I hope to see you again in the future. Right, so drone flying. I'm just wondering if I've got something else set for some reason to Right, so there we go. Right, so there's our HUD gone, right? Right. Alright. Am I missing something here? Am I missing something bleeding obvious? Yeah, it's the wrong one. It's main mission. Right, that explains it. Don't know what that mission info is. I need to find out what that is, because that's a bit confusing, to say the least. It's probably not going to like that now. Right, because it's a different for each on that. Drag that in. Drag that in. Hi, gamer is Dan. Is there any actual coding? You do realise that me connecting things is actually coding. Right, it's just a visual representation of coding. That's all it is. It's a visual layer put on top of C++. If I do have to do some calculations or optimizations, then I will do some C++. But we are actually coding here. That's all it is. It is coding, right? But all you're doing is calling functions in C++. That's all it is, right? It's just a visual representation or a visual layer on top of C++, right? That's all it is. Right? The materials are just a visual layer for HLSL. Yeah, HLSL. That's all it is, right? But the stuff you do in C++ is exactly the same, right? Now it is a bit quicker depending on what you're doing, but as I said, it's just a visual representation of C++. Ooh, yeah. We're kind of liking that. Yeah, we're kind of liking that. Right, and that can go away again. Right. And yeah, it's looking good. Switch camera. We have our guys on the screen. We can shimmy a bit, down a bit, bomb, down goes the bomb. Don't know if that's close enough. Yeah, it is. He dies. Cool. Right, so we'll leave that in so that we can muck about it. Right, but we're kind of liking actually, you know what I want? I'm going to go back here, right? See this border here? Right, we've got this image, right? This is our image of the world, right? But what I actually want is this border. I want it to be black, but I want it to be really transparent as well. So I'm going to do 0.2 so it darkens it a little bit. Maybe 0.3 so that it's still see-through, right? Right, so if we test that, this is going to look good, I hope. And we need this to be during the day so that it gives us a good idea of what it's going to look like when we actually do it. During the day, not bad. Needs a bit more, I think. And we also need to fix our bomb controller. Right. And we need to set that to visible. Okay. And this needs to be just a wee bit more. Let's call it 0.45. Now I'm really tempted to create another border for this, like where you know, like a frame at the top and the bottom or something. You know what I mean? Like here and here. In fact, you know what we could do? What we could do is we could go to our clear flat icons, right? And we could get button. Actually, you know, button lines might be good. You know, like this, except it's not going to be them. It's not going to be a circle. It's going to be more like a corner. Yeah, like that. That's now we're talking. Now we're talking. Have we got a rectangle? There's a rectangle. Now we're talking with that. Right, something like this. I'm not keen on that. Let's go with something like that. looks like crap. Right, that's a border we want. Right, and this is kind of black. This is going to look like crap. See, because if I make it green, right, it's going to make the whole background green. Actually, no, it's not. It's not going to do jack. Apparently. There we go. I'm not keen on it, but you get the idea. So if I go for this, we get that. No keen on that either. And that's not what we want. I want this. I want this to be a bit thinner. I suppose we could amend it. Right, but you get the idea. Put these things here. What have we got for this? These are kind of... these would probably be better. Right, but what we'll do is we'll set that back. Right. It's actually going to be black. Compile that. And I'm quite happy with that. Right, so I'm quite happy with that for now. So I'm going to go and grab a cigarette. If you're enjoying the stream, hit like and subscribe. All that good stuff. And I'll be back in a minute or two. Don't go anywhere. Alright, we're back. So let's grab this and let's do something with the old event construct, right? Let's just get this basically working. So what we'll say is get data table we'll just get a data table row for now, right? Because we've only got one, so there's always that. DT missions, that'll do. Right, and we're going to be pushing this into our struct. So what we'll say is, we'll call it mission details, right, and that's going to be struct mission. Then we're going to make it expose on spawn, because we're probably going to need to pass in, like, say for example, you're actually on a mission and we want to bring this up, then basically we can do that quite simply by doing the expose on spawn, right? And we can pass it in directly, or we can pass it in here, but that's obviously going to be something we're going to muck about with. Did I not do that? Right, so we're going to do a set. Okie dokie. So sometimes we'll be picking it up, sometimes we won't. And what we'll do is we'll create, what we'll do is a custom event, and we'll fill the widget. Right. And fill the widget, we're going to be grabbing this. We're going to be getting it, then we're going to be breaking it, right, and I believe the first one was duration, right? So we're going to get duration, and we're going to set text, and we're going to be doing that quite a lot. We haven't got a mission name actually. Need to do that, I suppose. So we're going to do that. Then we're going to duplicate that. That can go in there. I think it was location. That can go there. That can go into there. Right. Then time of day. We're going to be duplicating that again. Probably going to be duplicating that another couple of times actually. So we may as well do that just now. That looks probably about right. So we'll do that. We'll do that. We'll do that. Then we're doing time of day. So what we'll do is we'll grab that and we'll say to string right, and then we'll get left to, then we'll append and we'll just do colon 00. Hi Lucid Dreams. How are you this fine, whatever day it is, Friday I believe. Put that in there. Right, and the next one is going to be difficulty. So this is going to obviously be different. Right, we're going to do something different for that with stars or something, but we'll just fill it in for now because just cause. Right, we get the basics working first and then we'll start dressing it up. And we haven't got flavor text in the data table, so we're going to have to do this on the string, on the actual string table, but what we'll do is we'll just plug this in here, right, and that's going to be text flavor, so we're going to get that. We're going to drag that in there, compile it, right, and we need to basically fill this out, right, and then once that's done, we're just going to say fill widget. Okay, compile that. So we need to go to DT missions, right, and this is going to be filled in for the actual string table. And there we go. So cool. So let's have a look. Come on, let's be having you. Right. So, them. And there's our time of day, duration, difficulty. We obviously need to do something with a infiltrated drug laboratory site, etc. But yep, it's looking good. Well, kinda. A couple of bits aren't looking quite so good, but yeah. Oh, you know what I should have done? Right, we'll go back to here. we'll go to our designer, right, and this text block, right, alright, where is this again? Right, we want a auto wrap text, and let's do it at 25. Right, and this part here doesn't seem to be any good. Right, and we probably want hours, right? So let's have a look at that. Wait a minute. Okay. Right. Okay. So back into here. And this is not letters, this is pixels. Right, I've just worked that out. Right. Quick drag that out of the way. And G. Okay. So has that got to be even more than that? I'm guessing so. Let's do that. Alright, what does this advanced part say? Default wrapping. We'll leave it like that for now. Not too sure, I'll need to do a bit of a check on that. I mean, I think it's pixels. It's wrapping on pixels, but I could be wrong. Well, I can't be wrong if we say 200 because it would be 200 characters in length, so it can't be that. But, right. If I got to switch this to the character wrapping thing. I'm going to have to type some stuff in that to see how it works. I'm guessing I do. Right. This is some random text to check the wrapping values. So right, so that's better. So we're going to go with that. Does this default RAM? Doesn't do anything really. Right, let's try that. Nice. Right. We're cool with that. Let's have a look at that again. Cool with that. We're going to have, as I said, on the left hand side, we're going to try and zoom in to the actual location. So this would basically zoom in to Colombia, wherever the hell Colombia is, over there in South America. So I'm going to leave it there for this afternoon, and I'm going to just basically tidy up this map. So we've just got the outlines, right? So I'm going to do a little bit of that. So I'll probably be back 8 PM Central. So thanks for joining Lucid. Gamer is Dan, Tobias, and anybody else that was in the chat. And if you've enjoyed it, hit like and subscribe. I'll be back in a little while, and I shall see you guys later.